Hey guys, today as I talk about our topic being what to put in your portfolio, I'm going to be sketching out an illustration of Link and Marin, and it's going to be a pencil, start off with a pencil sketch, and then we're going to do gouache on top of that, and then finish it off with some pen and ink. I'm Kendall Stump, and welcome to the Stump Project. The final illustration, I touched it a couple days later and to give it another wash of warmer color, and you can see that on my Instagram, and you should be able to find the links to that in the description below. Also, if you want to see this entire process, which is about an hour and a half, you can check out my Patreon, and I'll put that link down in the description below as well. So the question comes up, what do I put in my portfolio? I'm a budding artist and I'm trying to break into whatever industry it is that you're trying to break into, whether it be video games, maybe you want to do concept art for movies, maybe you are a graphic designer and you want to get into some print media, whatever. What do you put in your portfolio? The biggest thing that I could probably tell you to do, well, first of all, let me backtrack. My background, I have been an art director for roughly 8 years now, and I do hiring of other artists. And the things that I'm going to give you are based on my opinion, based on what I look for when I'm hiring artists. So these are some of the things that I look for. Your work pertains to me. I don't want you to apply for a job that I'm posting with a lot of cartoony stuff unless that's what I'm hiring you for. And that's what any hiring manager is going to be looking at. Put things in your portfolio that pertain to what it is you're applying for. So if you're applying to be an industrial designer, you put those kinds of things in your portfolio. Nice 3D renders or nice sketches illustrating the process, what have you. If you're applying to be a 3D artist, then you put your best 3D renders in there. And maybe show modeling processes, depending, of course, on the role of the 3D artist, because that's just a whole other topic. You want to put in your portfolio your finished work. So not only work that's pertaining to the job that you're applying for, but your finished work. And of that finished work, only your best work. Sometimes they may put in a job posting that they want to see 10 to 20 pieces of work. It's okay to put in 10 pieces, but they must be your best. I would much rather see 10 strong pieces than 20 mediocre ones. It's good to show a range of different skills within your area of specialization. For example, if you are a traditional artist, it's good to demonstrate that you understand fundamentals. So maybe you include some charcoal drawings that are finished. Maybe you include pencil illustrations that are finished. Maybe you include full color paintings, whether it be oil or acrylic or watercolor, that are finished. Different things like that in your portfolio to show a broad range of ability. If you're a graphic designer, maybe you're showing off some iconography. Maybe you're showing off some textography, layout, photography perhaps. Whatever your strong suits are, those are what you want to show off. And remember, they have to pertain to the job that you're applying for. Now, What do you not want to put in your portfolio? You do not want to use anyone else's work. Do not pretend that somebody else's work is your own. Now, you may have worked on a project with someone else, and that's fine to put that in your portfolio. You worked on it, but be sure to give the other person credit as well. You don't want to give the impression that you did the entire thing. Don't copy from photographs. Don't put illustrations of celebrities. Don't put poor quality photographs of the art itself. For example, if you did a painting, an oil painting, and obviously it's much more difficult to get into a portfolio, so you want to take a photo of it. Make sure it's the best photo that you can get. You want the lighting to be the painting to be well lit with the proper lighting. You don't want the photograph to be blurry. You need it at the proper angle, have it cropped nice. So there's a little bit of artistic license that you have to take when you photograph your art. Blank backgrounds are something to avoid, unless it's of course intentional, and then you're using that as kind of subject matter in itself and able to lead the eye to the place where you need it to go. Do not put unfinished pieces in your portfolio. Please avoid this at all costs. And you have to get feedback on your portfolio. Don't put your portfolio together and then look through it again and say, I'm happy with this, and then go turn it in. Even when I do work right now in my position, I get other people to look at my work. Because when you're working on a project, you tend to get pretty close to it, and little things will pass you by because you're not focused on those. You're focused on the bigger picture. You're focused on, is it laid out correctly? Are the colors working together? Does it make sense on how the portfolio flows? Is the viewing experience what you want it to be? Is it telling the story that you want to tell? And you may miss something. You may miss an alignment. You may miss, I don't know, anything. You can miss anything. Some little detail, because you're not worried about that at the moment. You're worried about everything else. Get someone else to view your portfolio and give you an honest feedback. Is this your best work? Would they rather see something else in here than what you have decided to put in? What we think is our best work isn't always our best work. You need to get outside of opinion. I posted many things online that I thought were absolutely 100% rubbish. And I posted them online just to kind of demonstrate that, hey, I'm an artist just like you are, and not everything that I produce looks awesome. And wouldn't you know it, those things that I thought were absolute rubbish turned out to be some of my most popular pieces. And maybe that's just it too. Maybe it's showing the fallacy in my own work that makes it relatable, which makes it popular. I don't know. I can't give you that psychology. But get feedback on your pieces. Your portfolio doesn't necessarily have to have a theme per se, but it does need to pertain to, like I said before, the job that you're applying for. So keep that in mind. I wouldn't necessarily put fan art in your portfolio, just because you could be looking at, it gets tricky, right? First of all, you're not the creator of that, so it's harder to follow the creative process, especially depending on what you're going for. If you're going for a concept artist position and you're putting fan art in your portfolio, well, is that really what they want to see? They want to see, more than likely, they want to see something of your own original creation. And they may want to see your thought process in creating that something special. If you're creating fan art of, say, Link and Marin, I didn't create Link. I didn't design it. I didn't go through the process of thinking out, oh, this little chibi character looks cute. Let's go ahead and put him beside Marin on a log. Okay, whatever. I didn't come up with that idea. So that means nothing. Is the illustration executed properly? Okay, probably, but that doesn't help your case on following the creative process. So I would probably stay away from fan art and things that don't demonstrate your creative process. It's an important thing to be able to put out there and be able to make sure that it's understood. So I hope that this makes sense, and I'm probably leaving some stuff out. If I am, feel free, ask questions. Let's start a conversation, and I'll answer it to the best of my ability, and we'll start a thread down below, and we'll see if we can get this ironed out a little bit more. It is a very, what's the word? Diverse subject, right? Because like I said, what you put in your portfolio ultimately depends on the job that you're going to go apply for. So I don't want to tell you specifically what to put in there, just kind of things to look for. Like I said, if you're going for a 3D artist, you want to put your best 3D artwork in there. If you're going to be a concept artist, you want to put your best concept designs in there. If you're going to be a graphic designer, put your best graphic design work in there, and so on. Animators, traditional artists, if you're applying for a show, what have you. So I hope that you got something out of this. I felt like I rambled a little bit. If I did, I apologize. I hope you enjoyed the artwork that I did here, and if you want to see the whole thing, go ahead and shoot over to my Patreon. It helps support this channel. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Share this video with someone who you think might benefit from this information. I'm Kendall Stump, and welcome to the Stump Project.